If you got into crypto in the past 1 or 2 years, then what's happening right now in the market is probably scary, maybe even terrifying.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent.
You invest money because you want more money, not less money. Right now, the money go up machine is broken. In fact, I imagine most of the people who watch this channel fall into this category of newer investors.
First time.
If that's you, well then first, hello. And second, this video is for you. During the last major crypto bull cycle, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $20,000. Then from 2018 to 2020, it crashed. In fact, the price went as low as the mid $3,000 range. Now, what that means is that the people who got into crypto during that time when everything was amazing and everything was going to the moon, things got far less exciting when the prices started to correct 80 or 90%, or even some prices went to zero. Unless, of course, you love burning cash, well then I bet you are having a really good time. However, I really think the answer is to not give up. To not just call crypto a scam and to stop investing. The people who gave up during the last bear market, during the last crypto winter, and didn't buy Bitcoin when it was around $3,000 certainly did regret it when Bitcoin hit its all-time high of $69,000. Nice. And history will repeat itself. Right now, there are headlines in the media coming out that say Bitcoin is dead or crypto is doomed. This is also history repeating itself.
It's funny you should say that, because I was looking through some old photos and it looks very, similar.
Since as far back as 2011, the media has been writing Bitcoin and crypto's obituaries, like to the tune of over 400 plus headlines. And yet, here we are, a decade later, still here.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
And not only is crypto still here, but so is that like button. Wouldn't you be so kind as to give it a smash? And maybe even hit that subscribe button and bell icon while you're at it. It's really amazing how fun it is to click those buttons. Okay, so here is what's about to happen in crypto. All of this is probably going to get worse before it gets better. I would love to be wrong, but that is my best guess. But life is pain, and anyone who says differently is selling something. So you should definitely be prepared to watch prices continue to drop. However, there will be another bull run, and I think you'll probably be kicking yourself if you don't start investing now to take advantage of these lower prices. But even broader than that, I think you'll be kicking yourself, although hopefully not too hard, if you don't also create a plan right now. So what should you be doing? Well, the first thing I think you should be doing is make more money. And I can already hear you saying, oh, duh, Andy, because that's so easy. Well, I submit to you that it is in fact so easy. There are literally infinite ways to make money these days. You can drive for Uber, you can deliver food, you can mow lawns, you can sell all your extra stuff, you can offer some type of service out there, you can start a business, you can sell stuff online, you can rob a bank, you can become a hired assassin, you can join the circus, the list goes on and on and on. You can make extra cash doing just about anything if you're smart about it. In fact, during the last bear market, I didn't have all that much extra capital to invest in it myself, but I was super excited about this entire crypto thing, so I knew I needed to get more capital. So I drove for Uber and Lyft. I did a bunch of random odd jobs. I went around our entire house and found everything that wasn't bolted down that we didn't need and sold it on eBay. Not just that, but we took a look at our expenses and cut back on our spending. I did whatever it took to get some extra cash so I could start throwing it at this whole crazy crypto thing. And man, oh man, am I so glad that I did that. More money equals more investing, which in my opinion equals more freedom. The next thing you should be doing, the second thing you should be doing is saving some money. Having an emergency fund. Don't invest absolutely everything. Give yourself a bit of a buffer, and I know this one's kind of boring, but I promise it's worth it. I also realized I just said earn as much as you can so you can invest as much as you can, but this whole saving a little bit of money on the side thing is probably a good idea for most people. And why is that? Well, because there are many articles that state that 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings account. So what happens if you lose your job or something terrible happens? And when that event happens, you have no money in your savings account. Having an emergency fund is an amazing stress reliever, whether it's having 1 month of full expenses or up to 6 months or more of living expenses. And I recognize that that amount of savings won't happen overnight and isn't super easy, but I promise, like I said, I think it's very worth it. I mean, just imagine how easy you will sleep knowing that even if you got fired from your job tomorrow, you still in your savings account have 6+ months of living expenses to fall back on. So build up that fat stack and sit on it, Scrooge. The third thing I think you should be doing is just keep buying and dollar cost averaging. For some reason, people think, I gotta buy when markets are at all-time highs and going crazy, and then when the thing bottoms out, they say, no way I'm investing now. But really, I think it should be the opposite. I think now is the best time to buy. Can it go lower? Sure. Yeah, of course it can. But that's why you dollar cost average. And all that means is every week or every month or whatever duration you want to do, or frequency you want to do, you buy some crypto or some stocks or whatever you're investing into. Lots of brokerages and exchanges allow you to set up these repeat buys super easily. And then every single week or every month or whatever the frequency is, you automatically make these investments. And then as the price dips down, you're buying on the way down. And as it goes back up, you're buying on the way back up, thus averaging out your buy price and kind of not worrying about timing in the market. And what exactly should you invest in? What should you buy? Well, whatever you want, whatever you think will be worth a lot more later, whatever you have long-term conviction about that one day you think is going to make you wealthier. What am I buying? Well, I'm buying Bitcoin, but I've also started buying index funds again. I love VTI, which is a total market index fund. Buy a little slice of everything. But I'm also looking to buy more crypto miners and more utility nodes. I want to buy things now that will equip me really well for the next bull run. The key here, though, is to buy these things with money you don't need immediately. The vast majority of my investments are all long-term investments, so the money I'm putting into these investments is money I don't need for years and years from now. I'm not putting in money I need next week or money I need next month. The next thing you should consider doing right now is diversifying your investments. I'm of the mind that you probably shouldn't take $1,000 and invest it across 100 different things. The chances of any of those teeny tiny little investments doing super well and making you wealthy is pretty small. But over time, it's also probably not best to put all of your money in one singular place. Now, I personally believe that concentration, putting your money into fewer places, can definitely be a more rapid wealth builder, but concentrating can still mean a number of things, just not a huge number of things. So in terms of crypto, maybe it's like 3, 4, or 5 different places versus only one place. Along with Bitcoin and crypto miners and nodes and index funds, I also plan to in the next year jump into the realm of real estate. What we'll do is we'll buy another house, maybe a slightly bigger house, we'll move into it, and then our current one we will do some work to and rent it out on Airbnb for cash flow. Then as that works itself out, hopefully use some of that money to then jump into another property. The point here is just to spread your money out a bit into some different areas in the investing landscape. So if any one thing goes to zero, you don't lose everything. The fifth thing you should do is control your emotions. Don't panic and stay calm.
My emotions!
Now this one is far easier said than done, but if you can control your emotions, I think it will lead to much more success. Seeing an investment drop by 90% or it turns out that it was a big scam can be absolutely gut-wrenching. But this stuff just happens sometimes, so you have to move on. Be like Bitcoin Buddha. Mine like water. In crypto, I invest like a broke venture capitalist. I invest in a bunch of stuff with the expectation that a lot of it or most of it goes to zero and fails, but that some of it or a few of them are winners, and those winners far outweigh all the failures or losses. And so far, this strategy has worked pretty well for me because I'm always on the lookout for those unicorns. Now, I will say one of the things that makes it far easier to deal with all this stuff emotionally is just to have a group of people, surround yourself with a group of people who are like-minded and also into all this stuff. And if you're looking for that, you should consider joining Sleep Money Club, which is a collection of like-minded people who are all excited about crypto and investing and wealth building. It's also a great thing to join if you want to educate yourself now so you can set yourself up for success and crush it during the next bull run. Link for that down in the description. The sixth thing you should do is just don't be stupid. What did you call me? Okay, before you get mad at me for calling you names, hear me out. I'm not drinking the haterade. You're not stupid. Well, probably not stupid. Sometimes we just make stupid and dumb decisions. On one side, people can sometimes be overly cautious during times like this and never actually invest. And in doing so, miss out on huge opportunities. On the other hand, people can overcompensate, try to capitalize on all these opportunities, and do really risky things. And that typically looks like using leverage or borrowing money to invest. In my opinion, it's a terrible idea to use credit card debt or to take out a loan just to invest in something like crypto. Now, don't listen to me because I'm just a guy on the internet. This isn't financial advice, but in my opinion, I would never advocate you do those things. I think typically if you do something like that, you're just setting yourself up for failure. It's often easier to borrow money than it is to just go earn that same money yourself. And sometimes when it's easy money, it carries a whole bunch more risk. So why am I telling you all this, and what is the point of this video? Well, I really think that riches are made in bear markets and recessions. Does it suck that my current Flux position is only worth $250,000 when at its peak it was worth over $800,000? I mean, I guess, but not really. My average buy price for Flux coins is 2 cents per coin, and it's sitting at 46 cents per coin today. I've only put about $10,000 of my own money into it, so it's going to be a long time before I start to really truly feel the pain. And I'm in this position because I accumulated most of it during the last bear market in crypto winter. And it's the exact same with my Bitcoin. My average buy price of my Bitcoin is under $10,000 per coin. And I think both of those and many others will be worth way more during the next bull run. I really believe you can make so much money in the future if you use periods like this, markets like this, to accumulate for the next bull run. So please don't give up. I think you'll be very happy if you keep moving forward. Now, if you're going to invest, the question is, where should you invest specifically? Well, watch this video here to get some ideas of where you could invest for crypto passive income sources. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Power is yours. Goodbye.